Last year, Woolworths stepped up to the challenge, starting their One Small Spoon campaign to unite their employees, their customers, their farmers, their suppliers, and a whole range of partners in the fight against hunger, and to ensure that more South Africans had access to sufficient, nutritious food every day. Well, the One Small Spoon Christmas campaign with FoodForward SA and My School has now come to a close, and we're here at FoodForward SA's warehouse in Thornton to find out the grand total of funds raised through the campaign by every small spoon and see where some of those resources are headed. Andy, how's it, buddy?
Hey, I'm good to see you.
How are you doing, my friend?
All good, all good.
Andy, it's always a two-edged sword meeting with you and your team. It's great to connect and see the growth that's happening, but also a stark reminder of the need that is still there. Why do we have such an issue with food waste, I suppose globally, but specifically here in South Africa?
Roughly 1/3 of all the food produced in South Africa ends up in landfills. The food is not getting to the right people, and yet we have 14 million people that are food insecure every single day.
So I believe that FoodForward SA has come up with a genius way of offsetting the balance. Am I underselling it by saying you just connect the dots?
What we do is we connect with all the major farmers, wholesalers, retailers, and manufacturers. And because there are such inadequacies in the supply chain, there are always surpluses. And we're saying, hold on, there's something better that we can do. And so what FoodForward SA does is we connect the world of excess to a world of need.
So ultimate success in this space is all about a strategic network, combining all of our efforts, but it all falls apart if we don't have those big brands, those big sponsors. How have you and Woolworths partnered?
Our partnership with Woolworths is quite an exciting one. Woolworths wants to make sure that the social problems in our country are addressed. FoodForward SA is addressing those social problems. And so Woolworths has developed what they call this One Small Spoon campaign. From the One Small Spoon campaign, we are able to now increase our efficiency to rural depots, where before our model was focused mainly on the urban areas. Secondly, we've developed what's called Food Share. And what Food Share does is the technology just connects beneficiary organizations to the closest participating retail store, such as a Woolworths store. And we make sure that through technology, beneficiary organizations are able to collect surplus food at store level. And that means because of Food Share, our model can go anywhere across the country without any limitations.
Cynthia, I love connecting with you guys because it's always around something truly special, maybe the announcement of a new project or the culmination of maybe one phase of a beautiful new project. But let's look at the bigger picture. Food security. Why is this such an important, almost a pillar of the way that you guys are operating at the moment as an organization?
I suppose Woolworths is a company that's really passionate about food. It becomes then difficult when you are passionate about food to turn a blind eye to challenges of food insecurities in this country.
So obviously within this broader dynamic, this network, you've got to find partners that match your ethos, that match almost on an emotional level how you feel, your company culture, what you want to achieve. What drew you to FoodForward SA and what have you been able to achieve with them?
So when we got onto the vision to contribute towards food insecurity in the country, it was important for us to find the right partner, a partner that is values aligned, a partner that really is passionate and looking to make a sustainable impact. So FoodForward for us was a perfect partnership in the sense that they don't just look at how do we take food and feed people. They think at how do we make it cost efficient, how do we make it more sustainable so that we can give for days to come. So we were like a perfect partnership in that regard.
Five years ago, our cost per meal was R1.73. That means the model itself enabled us to be able to deliver one meal to one person for R1.73. But over the past 5 years, we've worked hard to make sure that we reduce costs, that we increase efficiency, and that's allowed us today to be able to deliver that same meal, that same model for just 79 cents. We also want to encourage all Woolworths customers to sign up for their My School program and select Food Forward South Africa as the beneficiary. In that way, you enable us to do more across South Africa.
One Small Spoon, from a Woolworths perspective, was meant to be a movement, and I really think we've achieved that goal. We created an excitement through the My School, My Village and My Planet card, where Woolies customers could swipe and in that way contributing to meals really. But it went beyond that. It went into more of a movement space where we encourage people to think twice about how they consume food, how they buy food, their waste, how they can start gardens. It's just unacceptable that we can have those millions of people being at risk of being hungry.
We know that as an organization, you have achieved a lot and there is impetus to do that, but as individuals, there is also a responsibility. As consumers, a responsibility to make a difference. How can we do that? From your personal experience, how do you feel?
We need to be thinking twice about, food insecurity. And we create a lot of waste as consumers. But also there's still an opportunity to choose Food Forward as a My School beneficiary. And that way we'll be feeding way much more people than we're doing right now.
This busy warehouse might be full today, but by tomorrow, the reality is it will be empty again. So commit to One Small Spoon. Join the movement and commit to ending food waste in your own home. Support organizations that are growing their own food, share a meal, or even share a story to inspire others using the hashtag One Small Spoon. But without a doubt, the easiest way we can join the cause is register your My School card and swipe for Food Forward SA. You can get all of the details at woolworths.co.za/onesmallspoon.